Good afternoon, Libra, my lovely scales. I hope you guys are having a lovely. Did I say lovely twice? I think I might have. I hope you're having a pleasant August 2020. I think that's what you're going for, at least, because it seems like all of you Libra, or most of you at least, are going through a little bit of heartbreak, recent heartbreak, some kind of a loss. Maybe a physical loss in the family, or maybe a relationship heartbreak. But I'm getting the idea, Libra, that you're going through a little bit of a phase emotionally, and you're trying to hide it. And you're doing it kind of well. I'm not going to lie, Libra. By the way, my name is Volk. I'll be your tarot reader for the day. And yeah, I've never done tarot readings on YouTube before, so this is our first time doing this sort of stuff for all of you Libra people. So I hope you find this content valuable. So what we're going to be doing is we'll do a monthly forecast for this month of August 2020, Leo season, which is a little bit more optimistic, which, yeah, you'll get some use out of that optimism, I think, and sense of positivity, but just make sure that you're not relying on it and pretending like everything is perfectly fine, because we know that on the inside you're going through a bit of a inner roller coaster, Libra. So let's see what's going on with you, all right? Because I get the feeling that you're trying to keep it together, but at the same time you're not you're not putting up with a lot of shit anymore. You're losing a little bit of patience for certain people or situations. And at the same time, I think it has to do with the recent loss, whether it be romantic, family-wise, could be figuratively speaking. I'm not saying you literally lost someone to, tragic circumstances. But anyway, putting that aside, Libra, let's get your first card for the month. So since it is August 12th, and I'm looking at the clock, it's 11:33 a.m. East Coast. Let's get a card to kind of see what's going on for you. What happened to you recently on the first week? All right. So what did our dear Libra people experience? Internally, externally, whatever it may be, on the first week of August. What is Libra going through? Let's talk about quickly while I'm still shuffling. Let's quickly go over the astrological forecast. So we had the full moon in the Aquarius sign, a fellow air sign of yours. They're fixed though, not cardinal like you are. So the full moon in Aquarius happened in the 5th house for you. So you were releasing some memories having to do with the past, childhood, and you're releasing some frustrations having to do with romance, especially. So for the first card of the month, for the first card as the outliner of the first week of the month, we have the 8 of Wands. So there's setbacks, delays, some kind of a rupture, maybe, especially in relationship matters. I think that there's some kind of an ending, maybe a regression even. It's almost as if you hear of there's a piece of news that you learn of that has to do with someone you hold dear, and it's not pleasant. It's not so pleasant like this pleasant month of August. And it's kind of a rough phase. So you're kind of slowing down as well on the first week. And you're slowing down because there's also a need to reevaluate how you approach one-on-one relationships. Whatever this ending is, whatever this ending was or is happening, it's allowing you to focus on yourself a little bit more and what you need to outgrow of. We have the card of Cancer. So this could be, I feel like a Cancer in your life is nurturing you in the right way as you have recently experienced this loss. There's a sense that there is a Cancer in your life who is taking care of you on a very emotional level, and they're looking out for you and they're being a helping hand. If not, or at the same time, rather, regardless of whether there is a Cancer in your life, I think what you're doing is actually moving on from this ending. And you're doing a fairly good job. Just make sure to not crash as you drive the wheels of balanced yin and yang, all right? Keep yourself together. You're doing the right thing. This is on the second week, so this is a major underlying force. And it's cardinal energy as well, so you're a cardinal air sign, and we have cardinal water here, keeping you moving forward and wanting to feel a different way and kind of over the same old shit. But if it has to do with a loss that's very unfortunate, then you're recovering. You're at the point where you're willing to move forward while keeping the good memories together. Your ruler Venus is in the 10th house currently, in your house of career, status, work relationships, your responsibilities, your sense of achievement. So your ruler Venus being there is actually good for you. You're able to focus. See, with self-discipline like that, with willingness to move forward, you can focus on building a new foundation, which is more centered towards what you do for a living. So what do we expect? What do we have to expect on the third week, the next week, the following week of August, around the new moon in Leo, which will be happening in your 11th house of hopes and dreams and open communities? You're approaching life a little bit differently. And by the third, there's 9 weeks in a month now. Holy, I'm kidding. By the way, speaking of ninth week, ninth card of the cups, the Nine of Cups here is what we have to expect on the third week of August. So you're finding contentment in your environment and your current predicament. You're becoming quite wiser. With that self-discipline and that willingness to move forward for yourself, which Libra people don't always do. Libra people are very much concerned about taking care of other relationships, but now you're in control of the relationship you have with yourself, because Mars and Chiron are in the 7th house. And while you are putting energy in new relationships and healing your approach to relationships, you're also focusing on outgrowing an old, maybe family dynamic. And Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn are all in retrograde in your 4th house of family, home, your roots, foundations. So you're outgrowing that. You're slowing down to reevaluate that so that you're ready to radically change your circle of people. You're expanding a little bit more, I think. And you're being more open to getting along with acquaintances, neighbors, people that you're on pleasant terms with. And the word pleasant keeps coming back. But Mercury is in your 11th house as well. With the new moon, it's going to be coinciding with the new moon is going to be conjuncting Mercury in the 11th house. So you'll want to make new friends, I think, and to include people of wider circles, and to maybe look out more into the future instead of what recently broke your heart. Let's get a fourth card for the end of the month. So what is by the end of the month? What can we expect for our elegant Libra people? We all know you have refined taste. It's fine. You don't have to remind us. We all know how much you like refined beauty and pleasure and the finer things of life. But that's not all that matters. You can distract yourself with that if you want, but you got to be settled first on the inside. Libra, what do you need? What's going on, Libra? I'm not getting the card yet, so let's talk about Uranus in the 8th house. Oh. 8th house. 8 of Cups. Uranus in the 8th house. So at the end of the week, you're growing a lot of wisdom. You're developing a lot of wisdom and kind of going on a solitary path for a little while. And I think the new moon is going to activate that. But there's a lot of water energy here. Lots of water. We started out with the frustrating setback, news, fallback, dismantlement, whatever it was. And we're kind of getting over it really quickly to develop a lot of contentment with being by yourself, with focusing more on your emotional psyche. And those are 2 Piscean cards. So there's a lot of healing happening really quickly for you. I'm liking this a lot. I'm liking this a whole lot for Libra. Let me have a sip of matcha tea. Now, let's get an outliner. Let's get a signifying card for the month of August. The overarching feeling. What is an important theme? What's something to focus on for Libra people? All right. Let's get a card. Dear Spirit. Oh, this one wants to jut out. King of Cups. Oh, not King. Knight of Cups reversed. Yeah. So, it's interesting that we get this card as all of this is happening. You see, the Chariot is driving forward, but the Knight of Cups is going backwards, and there are 2 water cards. And I feel like this is you specifically in this case. You might need to slow down a little bit. Emotionally, I think you're rushing you're rushing to get over that over here, and you're trying to go a little bit too fast towards, but it's almost as if the faster you go, the less authentic you'll feel. So you got to slow down. There's a need to really process the emotion so that you can develop the wisdom, the right kind of wisdom, not the superficial kind that Libras might have a tendency to fall into. So slow down, allow yourself to process the loss, the setback, the bad news. Develop your willpower, balance out your masculine and feminine, and allow yourself to outgrow the old crops, to go out of the old fortress in the background. But if you go too fast, then you're going to stumble and fall, and then you're going to be really irritated. And we don't want to see an irritated Libra, being that you're so, emotionally balanced. Typically, Libras are the most emotionally balanced, as far as I've noticed, out of the entire zodiac wheel. There's a theme. There's an ongoing feeling that you're losing that you lost quite a bit of that emotional balance at first, and there's a need to take your time to calibrate that balance again. Because while you're a cardinal sign and you're wanting to go forward, this is a time to slow down. And Uranus is in Taurus for a while, for the next several years. It's been here for at least 2.5. So overall, globally, and as a humanity, as the globe slows down due to the pandemic and the economical regression, we're needing to slow down on a soul level. And you need to examine yourself. Pay attention to what you're feeling. Don't be in such a rush to move forward onto the next thing, but take your time. Because by examining, really analyzing and deciphering those feelings and nudges you're getting, you're going to understand yourself a little bit better, and you're going to see what you're allowing and not allowing. You're going to develop a better sense of boundaries in relationships. We're really going deeper for you. There's a need to have a really meaningful sense of life instead of, going along with the flow to the point of being wishy-washy. And that's fine. To be in the flow is fine, but you gotta do it in a more intentional way where you're diverting your flow into a current of water that is deeply nourishing you. So what is in your, I don't know why I'm shuffling. What's in your subconscious? What needs to be brought to the surface? Clarity. Clarity on the entire situation, right? And clarity is only going to be conjured up and developed as you take your time to process what you're feeling so that you can develop a lot of wisdom and to find contentment within the loss, the experience. Well, to be emotionally resilient amidst the setbacks. This is Jupiter playing tricks. Jupiter retrograding in the 4th house, especially if it has to do with family. Your husband or wife, maybe one of your children, one of your adult children are misbehaving, or treating you like crap. I don't know. But the Ace of Swords is the clarity that you need, because you will develop confidence after. Confidence in yourself to lead your life in the way that you want, and to have better judgment on who you're allowing in. Because the Lovers here is denoted, the reversed is denoting that, again, the Emperor after, and then Justice. You're developing a lot more self-power over relationships and what you're allowing and not allowing. Okay? So let's get one animal card to conclude the reading for you. One animal card. And you're heading towards a lot more clarity. You just need to focus more on yourself rather than distracting yourself with vain senses of contentment in your immediate moment. Take your time to be with yourself and to understand how you communicate with other people and what you're allowing in. So one animal card for Libra. The solitary wolf, leading its life in the way that it wants by its standards, and howling at the world to get the right people to pay notice and to be involved. So I think there is a lot more focus right now at this time. You're diverting your energy and focus on what you want to do as your professional legacy. What do you want to do in the world? I think this is a very, very strong, very, very wise energy to have. To be the one that walks alone in the dark of the night. To be fine with whatever you have. There's a lot of soul figures. You see how there's no one else in these pictures? We have one person. And one person here, one person there. Well, the animal cards only feature one. But the lone wolf metaphor is denoting that you're walking your own way. And see, normally in the Knight of Cups upright, we would talk about romance. Someone going after, someone courting someone else, flirting, maybe seeking a new relationship in the watery, emotional, romantic aspect. But here in reverse, it's denoting that you need to slow down and walk your own path. Develop your inner strength, the willpower that you need by examining what you're feeling, all the cups behind you, to develop this clarity, which will therefore help you be empowered on a very, very masculine. This is very much outlining the Mars and Chiron transits in your 7th house of your opposite sign of Aries. And Aries is going to be in, Mars will be in Aries again for a while. It's almost going to be retrograding in September, but it's going to be there until 2021 in your opposite sign. So you're developing a lot of independence and understanding of your own self-confidence as you experience this karmic loss. So I'll leave it at that, Libra. Thank you so much for watching this reading. Be the wolf. Don't be afraid. If you need to walk your own path, if some relationships have to be burned along the way, then let them burn. Don't pay mind to that. Walk between the flames. Libra, good luck with this month. You deserve a little bit of confidence, yeah? You deserve to develop that inner flame a little bit. Be more willed and intentional in what you want to seek after. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/IcyVolk for announcements, updates, whether it be about this content or anything else that I make. You can also watch our live tarot readings on Twitch at twitch.tv/IcyVolk. We do them typically on Saturdays and Sundays. You can also support the channel financially if you want. You can do that on the PayPal link in the description below. And last but not least, if you want to leave a like, subscribe, and leave your input in the comments section right down there. Converse with myself or other people. That'd be great. You are far more than welcome. But otherwise, have a pleasant, and maybe not just a pleasant month, but a very meaningful month where you learn a lot more about yourself, Libra. Take it easy. Signing out. IcyVolk, your tarot reader. Goodbye.